In Pokemon the movie, I Choose You, Ash is nearly killed during a scene near the end of the movie, and Ash, who is near death, asks Pikachu why he wouldn't stay in the ball, and Pikachu responds in English. This naturally got a lot of people who hadn't seen Pokemon before, as well as fans who have seen the anime before, confused. And while I could argue that it was a hallucination backed up by the camera blurring, that's a theory. But what if I told you that this wasn't the only case of Pokemon talking in the anime? In fact, throughout the show's 20 years, there have been several instances of Pokemon speaking in the human language, including non-psychic type Pokemon. So in this video, let's talk about the numerous instances of talking Pokemon. Now just to get this out of the way, all Pokemon can understand human speech. That's why whenever their trainer issues an attack, the Pokemon usually does it. But in terms of a Pokemon speaking the human language, the earliest instance of this in the anime was Team Rocket's Meowth from episode 2 of the Indigo League. How did he get this ability, you might be asking? Well, it was eventually explained that he got this ability to speak the human language by teaching himself how to speak said language as a means to get another Meowth to like him. But Meowth wasn't the only instance in the Indigo League of talking Pokemon. In fact, the episode The Ghost of Maiden's Peak had a Ghastly talk the human language several times in that episode, though it's possible that could be due to the Ghastly potentially being the spirit of the maiden in that episode. Other examples of talking Pokemon make sense because they are psychic Pokemon and therefore could contain additional abilities like speaking English, such as Slowking and Lugia from the second Pokemon movie. But the most common method of talking Pokemon in the anime and or movies is the use of telepathy, either by telepathically talking to Pokemon and having Meowth translate it into the human language, or have the Pokemon speak the human language without opening its mouth. Mewtwo from the first Pokemon movie, the Giant Tentacruel from the Indigo League, Lucario from the 8th Pokemon movie. In fact, a lot of legendaries use this in the movies, and so on. One confusing example of this instance, however, is Entei from the 3rd Pokemon movie, who had his voice altered in the dub to give him an echo and make it sound telepathic, but the original Japanese version didn't have the echo, implying that he wasn't using telepathy. Yeah, it's weird. Manaphy from movie 9 was also able to speak the human language, though due to it being an infant, it was only able to say a couple of words during the movie. Arceus from movie 12 was also able to speak the human language without the need of telepathy. Ash's Larvitar temporarily spoke in the episode Address Unknown when they went to Larvitar's bad memories. Bear and Alberto from the 10th Pokemon film could still talk, despite being morphed into a Licky later in the movie. Hell, if we're talking about transformations, Ash was able to speak perfect English when he was transformed into a Pikachu in the episode Hocus Pokemon, and that was all the way back in the Johto saga. So as you can see, this trend of Pokemon talking the human language has been around since the series began, and as shown with the Sun and Moon anime with the Rotom Dex, it isn't going away anytime soon. So that is all I got for this one. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.